Welcome to Bears in Exile. Today is April 28th. We're going to take a quick look at AGQ, CNO, and GE. And here is the daily of AGQ, silver. And as you can see, this looks very nice. It does have an indecision candle today. However, we still have very beautiful long-term moving averages and very nice looking short-term moving averages as well. They are very uniform, and we did have this downtick a couple days ago that did not get a full test, and it is moving back up. It looks very nice. Notice the short-term the secondary indicators are all very high, and they can remain that way for an extended period of time, but something to think about. On the 60-minute, you can see that we also had a correction of a little bit of a bubble right here. It did have a complete test of and fix of that bubble. Had we been looking at this intraday, we would have looked for the very first down tick and then count back one and go down to the second from the bottom moving average. Unfortunately, we can't make use of that because this bar already went that low, signaling that this fix was complete, and it is moving back up. And the very last bar of the day was a little bit of a down tick, and that is pointing down very slightly, not sharply. At this moment, not a good indication of where it could go to test. But if we did look at it, that would be right about the 355 area if this decided to go into a full correction of going off of this small downtick, 355. But I personally don't think it's going to do that, but you never know. This looks very bullish. 30-minute, further looking at that little bubble that corrected and fixed itself, everything is pointing back up to sideways on the short-term moving averages. The long-terms are still very strong. We do have a downtick on the MACD and the MACD histogram, and the other secondaries are fairly neutral. Overall, I would say that this is definitely still bullish. 15-minute, we have a flat line signaling price consensus at 365, and the long-term moving averages are still pointed up, although the fastest one is now pointing sideways. Once again, since the bar is still there and we have room between the short-term moving average and the bar, it is definitely still bullish. Overall, I would say that AGQ is still extremely bullish and has room to move up. And of course, room to move down. But we do not have a clear signal saying that that needs to occur in the immediate future. CNO, very, very nice. On the daily, we have further expansion of the short-term moving averages, and it looks pretty uniform on this last bar. We did have a little bit of excess in the last 2 days, which seems to have corrected with yesterday. It all looks very pretty right now. Everything is pointed up, and except for the stochastic, all the secondaries have plenty of room, giving it a little bit of color that it has some up to it. However, notice that just above 8 we do have the top Bollinger Band. That could be some resistance to this stock. I personally believe that it needs to clear 8 and hold it, and this will be off to the races, but time will tell. Overall, very, very bullish on the daily. On the 60-minute, it did get ahead of itself a little bit and is in the process of fixing itself. Now, whether or not this is finished, fixing itself remains to be seen, The long-term moving averages are all pointed up, which is good, and a target for a full fix on this little bubble would be right about, it's not very far from here, it's at like 792, so not much use in this data that we have. And on the 30 minutes we have compression of the short-term moving averages, long-term still in effect, positive, and the secondaries are either at the top or ticking down. So whether or not we go down and kiss the long-term bar remains to be seen. It definitely could on the 30-minute time frame. And on the 15-minute, it is already kissing the long-term bar. We do have separation of the short-term moving averages, and all of the secondaries are already pretty low. They still have some room to go lower, but you know, we only use them for flavor essentially on what we're seeing up here. So overall, I would say that CNO looks very bullish. It's not perfect. We did have this textbook guppy entry 3 days ago, and we need to see if it will clear 8 decisively. Actually, it would be 805 is the magic number, and that Bollinger Band needs to be pushed up. And GE, small downtick today, as was expected. We noticed yesterday that we were above the Bollinger Band and needed to move with a downtick or sideways. To correct that, that has been accomplished. We are now underneath the top Bollinger Band, and that needs to be pushed up and give this stock room to move. Either it needs to move up naturally or it needs to be pushed up by green bars. We will see what it does. We do have a textbook guppy entry yesterday with the expansion of the short-term moving averages, and those are expanding again today. Very, very nice. Secondaries have plenty of room. On the 60-minute, we can see that it was still fixing itself after yesterday's little bubble, and a bottom target of that was still at 2043 roundabout for a full correction, and it came awfully close to that, not quite. So whether or not it is finished fixing itself completely or not, we will see. The shortest term moving averages are ticking up once again, and the long terms are still pointed up. Secondaries are mixed. And on the 30-minute, we have a flat line of the short-term moving averages indicating price consensus. And as long as this goes up and we have expansion once again of the short-term moving averages, we will have another guppy entry signal. Secondaries have plenty of room to move in either direction. And on the 15-minute, we can see that it came down in a flat line testing the bar. And now we're above the bar once again and doing a little bit of separation, but nothing decisive on the 15-minute. Secondaries are mixed, most of them having room to move up, and the stochastic is near its top, which doesn't mean too much of anything. Overall, I would say that GE is still very bullish, and the next few days will confirm or deny a move up. This Bollinger Band being the issue. As always, all investing decisions are your own. This chart and video are for entertainment, educational, and consumption of time purposes only. Please stop by Bears in Exile, join our forum, and check out all of the features we have to offer. And these videos will be continually updated every couple of days, and sooner if there is a change in potential trend in either direction.